Hey, what's up, guys? It's Matt here, and I just finished watching season 4 of Cobra Kai, and man, I just love the show. I've watched all 4 seasons, and I'm so glad that they sort of rebooted the Karate Kid for our generation. So, in the form of a Netflix TV show, which is pretty cool. And man, 4th season was amazing, and it got me super inspired to make something out of Legos from the show. And so I made a karate dojo based off of the Cobra Kai Karate Dojo. Now, it's not exactly like the one that you see in the show, but it is pretty close, especially in the interior. But on the outside, instead of the Cobra Kai logo, which would have been super hard to make out of Legos, I just made a simple brick-built karate sign above the door there with some Japanese-style awning there on the right side. And then I made it pretty open on the front of the building so you can see inside of the karate dojo. And if you're just walking by the dojo, you can see all the classes going on and stuff like that. In 2 of the windows, I have some trophies that they've won in the past, and also one of the dummy mannequins that you can fight there and practice all your moves against. And the actual Cobra Kai dojo is in sort of a rundown part of town, so I tried to make the exterior of the model look sort of run down while also making it look kind of modern.
Before I even started building the model, I was trying to decide on what color scheme I wanted. And if you watch the TV show, the actual Cobra Kai dojo, the entire building is pretty much just white. But I didn't have any white window pieces, and I wanted the front of it to be super open with a bunch of windows and stuff like that. But I did have these black window pieces. So then I just decided to make the front of it with those window pieces and have some white accents around the rest of the building. And then when I was getting kind of close to building it, after I put the roof on and everything, I was like, it's a little bit too much just black and white. So I added little specks of dark tan and stuff just to break it up a little bit. And then I added that red stripe right below the karate sign just to give it a little pop of color there, and also to go with the colors of Cobra Kai. And I'll just touch on the process of actually building this set for a couple seconds, but I actually built this entire model in about 2.5 days. I was just super inspired and did absolutely nothing but just work on building this MOC. So it was kind of one of those moments where I just had a ton of drive and energy to just get this thing finished. And I built the whole thing just with pieces from my personal collection. I didn't have to, make any bricklink orders or anything like that. So it was pretty nice how it all worked out like that. And for some parts of the MOC, I had to just work around and, find other ways to make certain parts just with the pieces that I had in my collection without having to make bricklink orders. Yeah, and then the brick-built karate logo, was actually the first thing that I built just because I thought it would look really cool. I got a lot of inspiration from the Downtown Diner Lego set, and that's actually the R in karate is actually built the exact same way as the R in diner in the Downtown Diner, so that was pretty cool. And then I sort of just figured out other ways, trial and error, to make the other letters in karate. So that was the first thing that I built, and then sort of just blossomed from there. And I was like, I could just make the entire karate dojo. That'd be pretty cool. So front of the karate dojo is definitely where the most detail is, other than the interior. I kind of tried to build it like those modular buildings where there's a lot of stuff going on the front of the set, but then the sides aren't super detailed because you're going to end up putting it next to a bunch of other buildings and stuff like that in your Lego city. So that's where I put most of the effort in making all of the details. And then on the roof, I didn't put a ton of crazy details just because it's just a roof, but I did put some dark tan sort of branch or bush pieces on the top there, just to give it a little bit more detail, stuff like that. And then some other greebling pieces here and there just to make it look like ventilation and other things like that. And then I built this like pretty much any other modular building, so the roof can actually come off so you can access the interior. And one thing that I didn't really know how I was going to build, but I knew that I definitely wanted to have it in the build, was the punching bag. And I had these chain pieces, but they were a little bit too long. So I figured out a way, if I would just build up on the roof a couple bricks high, then it would actually work out with the punching bag so it wouldn't touch the ground or anything like that. But since I did that, I had to cover it up somehow, so that's
why I had those dark tan bush pieces to cover that up as well. But when you take off the roof, the punching bag does come with it. But there is a way that you can just like leave it there. There's like a couple studs where it actually attaches, so you can leave that there. The rest of the roof can come off if you want to do that as well. But on the interior of the MOC, there's a lot of details. Of course, you have the red and black Karate Dojo mat there in the center, and then right behind that you have a shelf with some swords and nunchucks and other things like that. I got a huge inspiration from doing that wall from TD Bricks. I watched his video on his custom karate dojo as well, so a huge shout out to him. And then I also added a stand for the wood blocks that they chop in half, which I thought was a pretty cool addition there. And then like I mentioned before, I also have the black and red punching bag, which looks pretty decent. I did as well as I could with the pieces that I had available. And then next to the mat, there's another one of those dummies that you can practice your Cobra Kai moves on. And then the white wall behind the dojo mat, I really wanted to get like custom stickers that said strike first, strike hard, no mercy, but with the time that I had to make this, it wasn't really super realistic to put in there because I'd have to, you know, find the image online, you know, get the sticker paper for it and all that. But I might end up adding that in the future. That'd be kind of cool to just have that there. And then in the back left corner, of course, is the office for either Johnny or Kreese. And I made it kind of simple. I put some tile down there, and then I made a little desk with a coffee cup and then just a simple chair. So not too much going on in there just because I didn't have a ton of space, but I think it looks pretty decent. And then you have a couple windows in the back as well, which look pretty nice. But for the black and red dojo mat, I used some snot technique similar to the Friends Central Perk set for the rug there by the coffee table and all of that. And so I basically, the border around the mat is actually just tiles. And then for that 8x8 section in the center, I just used bricks on their sides and a couple of slopes and stuff like that that fit well together and made a cool little design in the center for that. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the interior of the set and the entire Cobra Kai Dojo MOC that I created. Oh, and I almost forgot the minifigures. I built them using parts from other minifigures that I had in different sets, and kind of sort of already took them apart after I took the pictures for LEGO Ideas. So these are the remains of them, but I'll just show you the pictures on LEGO Ideas. So I decided to include 5 of the more main characters of the show: Sam, Miguel, Robbie, Danny Boy, and Johnny Lawrence. Now, these figures aren't perfect, but I tried my best using minifigure parts that I already had, and I think I did a decent job, but hopefully if this becomes a LEGO set in the future, LEGO will do a way better job than I did. And I actually decided to put this on LEGO Ideas, so if you support this set and it gets 10,000 supporters, it could potentially be the next LEGO Ideas set, so that would be super awesome. And I think Cobra Kai is a perfect theme that LEGO could go into, just like Stranger Things and Friends and other stuff like that. But if you really enjoyed this MOC and want to see it become a LEGO set, please support it on LEGO Ideas. And even if you don't have an account, it's super easy to make one. So I'll leave the link for that down in the description if you want to go ahead and support this set. But once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.